Beginning July 1, money is cheaper to go to college. Now, college isn't going to be cheaper, man. Those suckers are going to get more money from you. Money you got to borrow. So be careful. But if you're borrowing government money, the price of this money went down as of July 1, because that's when the new year starts, July 1 till July 1 next year. So that money, the interest rate went down from 4.66%, so 4.66% down to 4.29%. Doesn't sound like much, but it can mean something. Actually, you'll save like $117 on a $5,500 loan that you would pay back in 10 years. So that's $117, man. That's be able to buy a book, right? Okay, and the direct loans for graduate students went from 6.21%. See, that's more expensive than undergraduate. They pay 6.21%, and that's going down to 5.84%. So the undergraduate money is at 4.29, and the graduate money is 5.84. But a typical graduate student who is borrowing, like $20,000 over 10 years, they're going to save $457. So $457, that's almost 10 books maybe in college. I mean, they get you coming and going, don't they? Boy, I understand why education is so important, and they're charging the hell out of everybody. Other countries, you go for free. This is nuts. On developed countries. And we're actually preparing a report that will show you all that. Well, here's another report from the Department of Education about Pell Grants. The Pell Grants, that's the free money you get, and that's income determinant. It's usually, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. You can't make more than that. Depends on a lot of circumstances, to get a Pell Grant. Money you don't have to pay back. Okay, now here's it. Last year, 8.6 million people got free money to go to college from the government. That's cash. 8.6 million people. Okay, now interesting thing in this report from the Department of Education that came out, they showed that 75% of those people who got Pell Grant money to come back have no savings and no cash on hand. In other words, they have no other money to their name at all. And well, I mean, that sort of sounds maybe logical. If you're going to school and you can't afford it and you're getting a grant to go, that you're not going to have a lot of cash around. But what's more interesting is they compared that to data 5 years ago, and that was only 60% of the people had no money or savings or any other cash on hand. So that went from 60% of the people to 75% of the people just in 5 years. See, that's why people are getting tighter and tighter, man. We don't have money. The average person. So, I mean, believe it or not, man, incomes haven't been rising in about 20, 30 years for the average worker. And, all the extra money we're working in our economy is just going to fat cats, it seems to me. Also, here's some other interesting data about Pell Grants. That's the free money. 1 out of 3 people who apply get it. That's 33% of the people who apply for the money get it. So 1 out of 3 apply for the money get it. 91% of the people who get the money make less than $50,000. So that's up to $50,000, 90% of the people are getting. So over $50,000, 10% of the people are getting. Or 10% of the people who get the money earn more than $50,000. And actually 50% of the people who get the money are making less than $20,000. So that's why you have to, the income, when you fill out a government application, don't worry about the income. You never know what they really mean by any of the data. Just fill out the application, so it takes you 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever the heck it is, and you see if you get it. That's the only way. For you to say, oh, I make too much money, or whatever, you don't really know till you fill out the application. People up to, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 are getting this money, so you should apply, even though half the people are making less than $20,000. So you could be one of the others. Okay, now here's some other interesting data. 9 out of 10 of the people who get Pell Grant money, this is the grant money to finish college, and graduate from college. So in other words, you got free money from the government to go to college, and you graduate. 90% of those people have more loans than all their peers. So they have an extra $4,750. So $4,700 in loans they also have to pay back. So they don't have to pay back the Pell Grants, but these people have more loan money, almost $5,000 more in loan money than the average college student. So the people without money are really borrowing more money, which is unfortunate because you get stuck. You got to figure out how to do this without borrowing money. It means going to community college, or now you can take free courses online from accredited universities and things like that, or for a fraction of the cost. You take 2 years and go to community college, which is only like $1,500, and you could, Pell Grant will pay for all of that. Make sure you apply for every bloody scholarship that may or may not have your name on it. And there's enough lists at the university. Don't go online and try to search for scholarships, because if you're not sophisticated enough on that, you're just going to get roped into people who want to sell you stuff. And so here's where to go to find out about the Pell Grants. Okay, this is the free money. It's studentaid.gov. So studentaid.ed.gov. Okay. Find out about student grants. And it doesn't matter what age you are. You be like me, 72 years old, and you're not making a lot of money, you still could get a student grant to go to college, learn something. And at 72 years old, man, I got 20 more years, so I could become a doctor or whatever I want.